Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Santos, and for this assignment, I basically found that the Harlem Children's Initiatives, the point of that project being started up by Mr. Canada was basically to help facilitate and close the gap between the differences in socioeconomic statuses between, children in poverty and those in middle class. Usually, minorities are the ones being targeted in these areas. um, Canada basically designed this in a way that it gives them the opportunity and all the resources available that they might need in order to succeed. Resources such as medical health, proper education that's funded accurately and provides them with the same opportunities as a child in the middle class level, as well as medical attention and education. So basically, it ranges from providing them with good education, quality, teachers that are going to provide hands-on focus. We notice in the video that he mentions that for every six children, there's one teacher. So basically, it's more hands-on narrated focus as opposed to what we've seen or you can see in the public system education where it's one teacher with a class of 20 something kids, which in my scenario, that's how I was raised and in the educational system, and a lot of students are, but this one's more targeted towards smaller group focuses in emphasizing on the individual education of each child. So it allows for more opportunities for questions, answering between the teacher and student, and allows for them to be able to grow academically and be able to perform at those standards that Canada has been trying to emphasize between the differences in the socioeconomic level classes and the statuses in between them. Additionally, another component that he provides is like medical attention. Oftentimes, these students that are in lower class division socially tend to not be receiving adequate medical care. They don't have proper resources that deal with mental health, dentistry, basic first aid needs, sometimes affecting this child's development as they go growing up. So he tries to mediate that gap by providing on-site medical care for those students, which is very useful and provides them with the adequate tools to be able to continue on with their education and provide the same care. The main goal is basically to break the cycle of poverty and provide these children with the right adequate tools to make it to college. His goal from the very beginning that he tells the parents is, if you enroll your child in our program, my goal is to make sure that they make it to college. We see it in the video. There's like a 5-year-old child saying that he already knows what college he wants to go to in 5th grade, saying he wants to make it to Stanford. It's engraving them with the knowledge and the right tools to believe that they're capable of, as just as any other child, to make it through. But he does mention that certain things, such as the worries that a child in the middle class area might have, can differ from one in poverty, since those that are in poverty tend to often think, hey, like, am I going to be alive tomorrow? The sound of gunshots. Is there going to be food on the table? Are my parents going to be able to make it home alive? Like, those are things that children in poverty have to think about, as opposed to those in middle class who normally tend to have everything laid out for them in a easier manner as opposed to those in poverty. Now, with that being said, these programs do affect the community members as well as the parents, because it gives them an opportunity to know that their child is being taken care of properly in the sense of academics. Everything that they might need to succeed is right there on site, which some of the differences that I did notice was, like, for example, that he mentioned that kids do go to school even on Saturdays. That could be beneficial as well as it could be detrimental, in the sense that they are going to school and they're getting that extra boost of benefits, yet it could also tire them out, cause them to become stressed, provide an addition to supplement their learning. But there has to be a fine line divided in between in order for them to be successful and be able to cope with the amount of workload they're being given, stress, social supports, and basically the resilience that they can build up. It is a pro and con situation, but it's a matter of how they learn to handle it and cope with those situations, which Canada does mention. They do offer mental health and medical support for those students who may need it, who may not be able to keep up with the workload or might need to debrief after certain sessions and things as such. Vacation usually lasts up to 3 weeks, which is very crazy to me because for me, my vacations when I was a child in the educational system usually was about 2.5 months, which was summertime. And I know that it might be the case for some people as well, but for them it's usually 3 weeks. Yet it's a matter of them being able to catch up to the education of those in middle class, that he limits the time of vacation, but that could also affect the child. So it has to be a practice where there's, you give and you take back, that Canada has helped to enforce with the help of mental health professionals as well. This does, however, build resilience as the child learns to, my education right now is school. My focus right now is school, and I'm going to work towards my goal from very early on. So these kids are already set mentally, like, this is my goal, this is what must have, this is what I have to do in order to achieve them, which helps them build resilience, strength, also like self-esteem is built on this as well. And just overall the social support that they receive in that program is essential for them to succeed. So yeah, basically he's just trying to maximize and close the gap between socioeconomic standards and the type of education that students receive and their ability to succeed socially, since their upbringing does affect their overall outcome later on in life, which is what he's trying to provide. And just give them the tools to just basically break that social cycle barrier that keeps on repeating itself time after time, and to just essentially provide them with a better future. Thank you.